Good afternoon, everybody. Gosh, it seems ages. It's Wednesday. Very murky now. Lovely, sunny, warm morning. Potted around the garden for an hour. Got myself a coffee. Or after I'd done the dogs, got myself a coffee. Sat out there in the sunshine. Beautiful. Within an hour, the sun's gone. Cold. And I'd got a load of washing out. So I thought, oh gosh. Very cloudy, overcast. Took the boys out about half an hour ago and it was verging on spitting with rain. So I've got my coat, hat, gloves on. Oh, I can't believe it. Can't believe how the weather changes so quickly. So, sun is trying to break through now, but it's very cloudy. I don't think it will. I walked my usual walk with the dogs this afternoon, and then I walked round to my friend's house because the girl I walk with sometimes in the mornings, she'd said that she'd taken the chicken out of the freezer. It was already cooked chicken. She'd taken it out of the freezer and she was cutting it up for her meal, and she suddenly saw the instructions saying that once defrosted, it's only good for 24 hours as it's ready cooked. She said, I'll never eat this whole chicken in 24 hours. She said, I'll take off what I want for me and my dogs, you know, today. And she said, I'll keep a bit back for the dogs. She said, oh, do you want the rest, you know, for you and your dogs? I said, well, yes, please. So I get round there, so it's half a chicken. She said, well, we'll share it, half a chicken. So, and she gave me the carcass, so I've messed about with the carcass, put that on to boil for some stock, and I messed about with that, and some other bits for the dogs and some for me for tea tonight. I'll have a jacket with it. So that's very nice. And in the parcel, she'd put me some lamb chops. I remember her saying that she'd got a new, she buys her meat online from Scotland. Comes in these big refrigerated boxes. She'd got a new lot coming, and she said her husband is poorly, and she said he's just not managing to eat chops at all. She said I've got about 10 or 12 chops in the freezer. She said he's not going to eat them, and she said they've got to be eaten soon. So she said, do you like lamb chops? I said, yes, I love lamb chops. So she said, I'll put those out for you. Of course, I'm just messing about with the bag. 6 cutlets and 1 big loin. So I'm doing very well. I must text her in a minute and say thank you very much. Well, I did say to her this morning, I must give you some money for these. No, she said, I don't want any money for it. She said, if you didn't have it, she said, they'd go in the bin. I said, no, she said, they would. So, last week she gave me a lump of brie. So I said, well, so she said, well, I buy 2 or 3 a week. And she said, Dave's not eating much in the way of cheese, so they've got this brie, which goes out of date next week. She's dreadful, absolutely dreadful. But she said, because this chicken's not going to last for more than 2 or 3, only going to last for 24 hours, she's had to rush and put it in a Sainsbury's order for tomorrow, because she doesn't get her Ocado order till Sunday, put in a Sainsbury's order for tomorrow to get some more chicken. So she's made up a big, a free delivery order with bits of chicken to get it in for tomorrow. And I thought, gee, she has about 3 deliveries a week. But she's a nice friend to have. I've been eating so well since I've met her. So that's that. Sunday, I met Rachel and Francesca up at the nurseries. She said they were going to go up there and have a look at some of the seeds. Did I want to go up? And I said, yeah, okay. But then we decided that we'd go down to the coast and go to the big nurseries down there, Haskins. She said, we'll see what it's like, you know, whether it's busy or not. Well, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. We got down there about 11:30 Sunday morning, and you could socially distance, keep away from people, because I was really thinking, oh, I'm not going to like this, but it was pretty good, very good. So we looked round everything. I bought a water dish for my birds. You know, that you've got the metal pole with all the things on. Well, the water dish had broken in the winter. It's only plastic, so I think it got frosted and it broke. So I got a new one for them. So I was glad I picked that up. I suppose if I waited to go to Wilko's, I could have got it half the price, but I'm not going to Wilko's. So we did that. So we had about an hour and a half. So that's nice. Then they dropped me off because we went down in my car. I dropped them off, picked their car up, and so that was Sunday morning. Monday morning I worked for my old gentleman. He went out. He was out in his office until he went out to the pub with the lady next door. I don't think she's a friend, it's just his neighbour. She's a widow, so he was taking her for a drink down to his pub that he likes to go to in Patcham. So they went off. Seemed funny to see him at 80 something. Can't wait for the pub to open and get his beer. So off he went. What else? Yesterday, Rachel said, "Oh, come up and have some lunch with me, collect your shopping." She's got to take Nellie, her little Daxie, to the vet because Nellie's in season. So they're hoping to do her so she can have puppies, and she had to take her down to the vets for a checkup. So she said that's about 2:30. So she's come have some lunch with me and then go off. So I said, okay, fine, lovely. So because when I get there, her friend, her Mallorcan friend, who's come back to live, she's been in Mallorca 19 years, come back to live because she's got a boyfriend here. She's been here about 6 months. Was there with her boyfriend's daughter. They'd come out for a little ride, and they were coming for breakfast. But when I got there, just about 12:15, they were still there. I knew they would be. They'd had Rachel bakes bread, and she'd done some cheese and bits and pieces for them. So they stayed until nearly 1. So then Rachel rustled up. She and I was going to have a bit of curry and salad. Well, she didn't have time for it. She gave me mine once she got herself ready and was off to the vet. So I thought, well, I'll go down the old barn, have a look in there on the way back. So I got down there, and I don't know why I looked for my phone, but I haven't got it. So I went round the old barn, had a look at some of the bits and pieces, and I then had to drive back to Rachel's. I knew she wouldn't be there to drive back. Luckily, her partner Chris, he'd come in, so I said, "Oh, I knocked the door. Can you pick my phone up? It's in the kitchen." And I drove back home again. So that was a bit hectic. Becky and Rachel both getting their vaccines this week. Lovely, I'm so pleased. So we'll all be done, except for the children. We'll all be done. Vaccines this week, and then we'll start thinking about seconds. I should be getting my second one next week, but I haven't heard anything, so we wait to see. And then we start the roll of, who's had their second one. At least we'll have all got our first ones. So that's a bit of a relief. I mowed the lawn. When did I mow the lawn? I can't remember now. Did the lawn. I think it was just before we had the snow the other day. Oh gosh, luckily I thought, I'm glad I got that done. My friend Judith down in Ferring, she rang me and said she's going to come up and sit in the garden and have a coffee tomorrow because she's going up to the big plant garden, not garden centre, big plant. It's called the Big Plant Agricultural Plant Centre. She wants a big tree for her. She's lost a tree on the side, and she needs to put another one there to shield next door. So she's been trying to get one and can't find one anywhere. So I don't know whether she's found one there or whether she's going to have a look. But she's going along there tomorrow. So she said, I'll come back. When I come back, I'll come in. So I said, oh yes, let's just hope it's a nice morning, because she won't come in. She'll sit in the garden. One of my other friends called in Sunday afternoon to drop off a big pillow she's replaced, and I make into dogs' beds. So she dropped that off, and she wouldn't come in. Her husband was in the car, and she said, "Oh, I'd love to come and have a coffee, a cup of tea." It was a lovely afternoon. I got the deck chairs out, but he wouldn't come out the car, so she stood in the garden talking for about 20 minutes. So that was that. I sorted out the bags of wool that was left over, and took those up to one of the WI ladies, and then I collected them yesterday again from her. She took out what she wanted, collected them yesterday, so I'll sort those 2 bags and put them into one, and then I'll take them down to my friend down at the coast whose WI is quite happy to have them. I asked around and no, everybody's fine, don't want any more. I've been sorting out some of the jigsaws to take down to the charity shop when they're not overrun. I expect they'll want jigsaws. And these knitting patterns that came out the old lady's house. So I'll get those sorted. I mean, I'll go down the charity shop, the local one, and ask them before I start trundling them everything down there, if they want them. If they want the jigsaws as well. I mean, I can give them 2 or 3 lots of jigsaws, but I just take 2 or 3 down at a time. Some of the older ones. What else we got to say? Oh, I've made a couple of four patchwork cushions to take down the charity shop out of all the bits of silk that are left over from my bedspread. I haven't finished that. That's going to be a sit down when I need something to do hand sewing. So I've started it, but it's folded up nicely. So when I actually am going round to the old lady up the hill the end of the month to for 4 hours to dog sit while she goes to the dentist. She goes to the dentist quite a long way away, and she always wants me to dog sit. So I'll have 4 hours up there twiddling my fingers, won't know what to do, so I'll take it up there and I can sit and do that. So that's sitting there, and all some of the bits that were left over, well, lots of the bits that were left over, I've sewn and made a couple of 4 patchwork cushions covers. So back to them, and I put them in bags, so I'll take those down the charity shop. That'll be something nice for them, new ones. What else? I've got all these little plants, these little begonias that the girl I walk with gave me, and I pricked out the other day, all sheltering under my greenhouse sort of covering. I don't know whether they're going to, so cold. I mean, they're not getting frosted because we're getting so many frosts at night. Not getting frosted, but it's so cold out there. I'm wondering if, they're going to survive. I did think this morning, oh, it's lovely and warm, I might bring them out. Luckily I didn't, because within an hour or so, the weather had changed and I'd have to be taking them in. I did the sun has broken through just at the moment. I did a wash this morning. Thought, oh, that'd be lovely. Some of my fleeces, put them on the line, they'll dry lovely in the sun. Well, they managed to. I brought them in just now. Put them, put the heating on, and I put them round on the radiators to just take the chill off them. I think they're all dry. I thought I was going to have a second wash. Luckily I didn't. So if it's nice tomorrow morning, it seems to be first thing in the morning it's nice, then it clouds over. So we'll see what happens. Saturday we've got a stall outside the shop for the Cinnamon Trust. It's a dog trust. So I'm hoping it'll be nice and dry for them, because they have 2 or 3 stalls, fairs, garden parties a year to raise funds, and we haven't had any. We did get a little one at Christmas. She had a little stall out there, so she said, I've got 2 or 3 gazebos that I'm going to put up so we're under cover, but if it's raining nobody's going to go along. So everybody's sort of been saying, oh, Saturday the stall will be out there. Yeah, be nice, we'll all go along. I mean, last time I got 2 or 3 packs of Christmas cards. It was the Christmas one from them. They're lovely little Christmas cards. Not buying Christmas cards this year, I've made my own, haven't I? So, my pigeon's sitting on the fence there. No, nothing more until the morning. You had your lot. I suppose he thinks I'm sitting here near the window, that if he sits there long enough I'll go and get something for him. Tough. Right, everybody, I'll speak to you perhaps in a couple of days. have a nice time. So I hope we can get out in the garden a bit more. It's just so cold, and of course the earth's not warm enough to do anything either. So speak to you all soon.